Listen carefully, not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay forever. Some people were sent as lessons, not lifelong companions. They came into your life during a phase when you were still healing, still figuring things out, still accepting less than you deserved. And at that time, they matched your energy, your confusion, your level of self-worth. But now, you're evolving. And growth, real growth, always comes with separation. You start seeing things differently. Conversations that once excited you now feel empty. Environments that once felt normal now feel draining. And people you once felt connected to suddenly feel out of alignment. That's not betrayal. That's not rejection. That's transformation. You're not losing people, you're outgrowing versions of yourself that were connected to them. And yes, it can feel uncomfortable, because growth doesn't just upgrade your mind, and it forces you to release what no longer fits. But understand this, holding on to what's familiar will keep you stuck, while letting go will set you free. The moment you stop forcing connections, you start protecting your peace. You stop over-explaining. You stop chasing, you stop shrinking yourself just to keep others comfortable, and in that moment, something powerful happens. You choose yourself. Let them go, not with anger, not with bitterness, but with understanding, because they played their part in your journey. They helped shape who you are today, but your next level, it requires a different circle, a different energy, a different mindset, and you cannot step into that next level while holding on to what belongs to your past. You don't tolerate what you used to tolerate anymore. You don't beg for attention. You don't chase validation. And you definitely don't settle for less than what you deserve. Why? Because you've upgraded your self-worth. See, when your standards rise, everything around you begins to shift. The way you think changes. The way you speak changes. The way you allow people to treat you changes, and most importantly, the people you keep around you change. Because not everyone can meet the new version of you. Conversations start feeling deeper. You crave growth, not gossip. You seek purpose, not distraction. Your energy becomes more intentional, more protected, and access to you, it becomes limited. And let me make this clear, that's not ego, that's self-respect. You've realized that your time is valuable. Your energy is valuable, your peace is valuable, and not everyone deserves access to that. Now here's the truth that many people won't say. The people who benefited from your old version will feel uncomfortable with your new one. They were used to the version of you that overgave, the version that stayed quiet, the version that accepted less. But now you've changed, and your growth exposes their lack of growth. That's why some people pull away. That's why some relationships fade. Not because you did something wrong, but because you did something right. You chose to evolve. You didn't change to fit them. You changed to become better, and the right people, they won't feel threatened by your growth. They'll be inspired by it. They'll match your energy, respect your boundaries, and support your evolution. So, don't lower your standards to keep people. Raise your standards and let the right people rise with you. There will be moments where it feels like you're completely alone. Moments where you look around and realize no one truly understands you anymore. The conversations don't connect, the energy doesn't match, and it feels like you've been separated from everything familiar. But listen, that's not loneliness, that's transformation. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, and that version requires something different. It requires silence. It requires discipline. It requires distance from distractions and noise. And yes, it feels uncomfortable, because you're no longer who you used to be, but you're not fully who you're becoming yet. You're in between, and that in-between phase, it can feel isolating, but don't confuse isolation with failure. This is the phase where you rebuild yourself, where you rediscover your identity, where you learn who you really are, without validation, without approval, without external noise. This is where your strength is built, because when you're alone, you're forced to face yourself, your thoughts, your habits, your fears, and instead of running from them, you grow through them. You develop discipline. You build clarity. You strengthen your mindset, and slowly you start becoming someone unrecognizable in the best way possible. Understand this. Everyone who becomes powerful goes through a lonely phase because growth requires focus. And focus requires distance, so if you feel alone right now, don't panic. You're not lost, you're evolving. And this phase, it's not here to break you. It's here to build you into someone unstoppable. Stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself. Stop apologizing for setting boundaries. Stop explaining why you need space. Stop shrinking yourself just to make others comfortable. You are not responsible for carrying people who refuse to grow. Let that sink in. For too long, you may have been the one who gave too much, the one who stayed even when it hurt, the one who tried to fix everything and everyone. But now, you're learning something powerful. Choosing yourself is not selfish, it's necessary. Upgrading your life means making decisions that protect your future, not your past. And sometimes that means letting go of people, habits, and situations that no longer align with who you're becoming. And here's the hardest part. It won't always come with closure. Sometimes growth looks like walking away quietly. No long explanations, no dramatic endings, just a silent decision to move forward, because not everyone deserves access to your next chapter. And that's okay. You're not here to stay stuck in old patterns just to keep others comfortable. You're here to evolve, to grow, to become the best version of yourself, and that requires courage, the courage to say no, the courage to set boundaries, the courage to walk alone if necessary, because at the end of the day, you're not losing people, you're making space. Space for better opportunities, space for healthier connections, space for a stronger, wiser, more powerful version of you. And trust this, what's meant for your next level will find you, but first, you have to make room for it.